The number of COVID-19 cases jumped to well over 300 in Australia on Monday, as the government introduced new measures to help Australians cope and to slow the spread of the virus throughout the community. Australian supermarket chains have tried to prevent the public from panic buying, whereby nervous consumers purchase large amounts of toilet paper, cleaning products, and other household necessities, often leaving others with none. The country's largest supermarket chain, Woolworths, introduced a new priority shopping hour, allowing elderly and disabled customers to make their purchases before stores open to the general public. With panic buying and a general sense of uncertainty in the community, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison took to television and radio to urge a sense of calm and to say that Australia had a clear plan in place for dealing with the virus. As of Monday, everybody arriving from overseas in Australia will be required to self-isolate for a period of 14 days, including Australian citizens. New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian said that police have the authority to enforce that people are complying with the measures, and she urged people to keep in mind that it's not just their own health that they're protecting, but that of the broader community. One of those already in isolation was Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton, who tested positive for COVID-19 after returning from a trip to the United States last week. Dutton has admitted himself to hospital in his home state of Queensland with mild symptoms and said that he was following the advice of medical professionals. Also on Monday, a ban on gatherings of 500 or more people came into effect, a measure which Australia's Chief Medical Officer Brendan Murphy described as highly effective at slowing the virus spread. Last week, the Australian Grand Prix was cancelled, along with a number of other high-profile music and arts events. It is not yet clear what the effect on the country's economy will be. However, so far the impact has been comparable to that of the 2008 global financial crisis. The Australian dollar has been at its lowest levels since 2008 when the financial crisis hit, while on Monday the Australian share market posted its biggest daily loss since the 1987 market crash, falling 9.7% in just one day of trading. Last week, Scott Morrison announced a roughly $11 billion stimulus package to help the economy endure the disruptions caused by the COVID-19. The package includes handouts to welfare recipients and businesses which will be impacted by the virus, and while experts have said that the measures are significant, they also stressed that this is a situation like none that we've ever seen before. This is a health crisis rather than a purely economic crisis, which means it's unclear how disruptive it will be to the economy and to Australia over the coming weeks and months.